part of Amy and Nadir's story. And so I'm just jumping straight into it. Amy comes without a lawyer. Nadir's lawyer is going over the stipulation that they both agreed to if they ever happen to separate, and asked them if they both agree, and they both say yes. So, it was all quiet at first, them just looking at each other. And then Nadir just starts right away with the petty. He's like, y'all can't have a cheater on my team. My mama tried to warn me, told me about her. And it's just like, really? Your mama? You really bringing your mama into this? Your hurt feelings is showing. And, okay, wait. Because I listed off as a bulletin. So, y'all can't have a cheater on my team. My mama tried to warn me. I regret even putting you in a position to be close to me. She said you were never good enough for me, and that ended up being true. So it's just like, Nadir, I've been on your side this whole time, but baby boy, what you not gonna do? See, I hate when people do that, because it's like, I get that you're upset, but you need to run it back through your mind a couple times before it come out your mouth, because it's just like, can't have a cheater on your team. Technically, she is a cheater. That is true. I take emotional cheating, and you almost kissed this man. That's cheating to me. Everybody else from like, they really ain't did it. No, to me that's cheating. But I regret even putting you in a position to be next to me. You knew that when you first met her and married her like 2 weeks after meeting her. So what are we really saying here? It's just like you rushed into something so much, and all the signs were there, and she pushed you away, and it's just like, you're so frustrated right now, you just let anything fly out your mouth. And your mama says she was never good enough for you, and that ended up being true. Your mama's a hood rat who is basically doing anything she can to try to control your life, and you basically going with it, and now you're trying to hurt your wife's feelings. But it's like, actually, it's your mama who's not good enough for y'all family, because she's trying so hard to manipulate everything and make everything go her way. But that's your mama, and you love her, so whatever. And then she threatens to ruin him and asks his attorney if he knows about his client being an abuser. So once again, at first the attorney looking over at the deal like, you guys don't you want to tell me? But then he also brushes her off and gets back to the contract where she gets certain things, but even then, like, she just stopped. She's like, he made my life hell. He was controlling and didn't show much love. He doesn't show who he really is, meaning he doesn't communicate with her. He wasn't affectionate outside of the bedroom. She hated being around all three of them at the same time. He made her be around his mother and endure verbal abuse from her. He was never a husband. He just gave her money and the eggplant emoji. I've been saying y'all shouldn't have got married. Y'all shouldn't have been together. Because from the very beginning, Amy showed you that she did not like the polygamy lifestyle and did not want to be married to a man who already had 2 wives. So both of y'all forced this situation, and now y'all find yourselves hating each other and just throwing things back and forth. But like I said, I'm not going with the abuser title that she keeps trying to throw on him now that she's upset. And you knew he was controlling from the get-go. It's just like, nothing about him said that he was laid back, whatever. Well, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying the wrong thing. But it's just like, you got the vibe from him that he was like a dominant kind of guy. You're saying controlling. I just see it as, it is controlling. Because him making you be around your mom. But even then, you could fight that. Because it's like, you grown. You could easily tell him, I'm not going to your mama's house. You see the way she talks to me. You let her talk to me this way. And you say something, but you ain't really trying to check your mama for me. So it's just like, why would I just sit there and let her say all that stuff for me? And you know that she got all this love for Ray, all this love for Jay, but then when it come to me, I just get a big old palm tree and I'm just supposed to sit there like, yes ma'am. Like, come on now, are you stupid? But he wasn't very affectionate. Honestly, you knew that. You knew that. And then I don't even believe that, because it's just, I'm not even going to say you knew that. Because when he was first courting you, when somebody's courting you and trying to get to know you, you don't get the full aspect of who they are. Because I was going to say you see who they are, but no. Because people can hide things and then bring them forth, which is basically what she's saying that he did. But it's just like, you can get a glimpse. You may see something that you don't like, but then you can nip that in the bud. You can say something. But the fact that you didn't and just went along with it because you were in such a rush to get away from your parents, that's your fault. So she hated being around all three of them at one time. She was willing to get into the polygamy lifestyle and marry him, but then she just wanted it to be them too. And it's like, those two things don't go together. And you knew that from the beginning. So the fact that you hated it so much, you brought on your own misery, and now you want people to feel sorry for you. And I don't. And so Nadir says, if I'm an abuser, she's a user. He acknowledges knowing that she used him to get away from her parents, but he wanted her too badly. And it's like, what did you want? Like I said in my other review, you just wanted a pretty face. That's all it had to be. Because if you knew from the beginning that she was using you to get away from her parents, why would you agree to this? And she disrespected your wife. She called them whores. She called them horses in a stable. What was it about her that you just had to have? Her pretty face. And it's like, y'all do this to each other, and then y'all trying so hard to make yourselves look better in the situation, when it's like, both of y'all trash. Both of y'all are trash. He says that she didn't like him or want to build a life with him. And once again, that's true. You knew that though, but you wanted her so badly. She didn't fit into your life at all. She was just a pretty face, and you were ready for a third wife to, what was it? What did he say? Build his foundation, or lay his foundation, something like that, or build his empire. You were just ready for a third, and you got it, and now you basically have buyer's remorse. Both of y'all do. And then she brings up the fact that he paid off her parents and says, what kind of man are you? And he says, I'm a man who wanted to protect his wife. Your parents threatened to make your life miserable for choosing to be with me. Your mother said she would show up any and everywhere we were, so I paid them so you would have peace. They didn't have to take the money, which is so true. It's just like, you swore up and down that your parents, like your life with your parents, were so miserable, and you could not wait to get from under their thumb. So he gave you that. And then they threatened to make your life miserable and show up everywhere, just telling you how much of an abomination you are, how you were going to rot in hell. So he offered them money to leave you alone, which is what you claim you wanted this whole time. And then when you finally get it, he's such a terrible person. Because, like, you're still chasing for that approval from your parents that you were never going to get. And that's why I said Amy brought forth her own misery, and she never knew what she wanted. Just like, what was the brother name? Amir. Just like Amir told her, like, you don't know what you want. You want somebody to figure it out for you, and you're unhappy with the results every time. So he also vaguely mentioned putting money in her dad's pocket and keeping him out of jail. So it's like, yeah, I paid them to leave you alone, and I also got your daddy some money, and he won't be going to jail. You're welcome. Part of the stipulation is she'll get $1 million. If they ever separate, it was automatic that she get $1 million. She gets all her things that were in her bedroom. Oh, excuse me. And her truck. She said she didn't want the truck, but he was like, just give me an address where I can ship up all your things, and we done. But before Nadir leaves, he gives her an envelope from Ray. wrote her a letter. And so he walks out and he sees Nate waiting for Amy to come out, and he confronts him like, I see you tried to make me out to be the bad guy, as if I forced you and your wife to take the money, which did not happen. You could have said no, stop playing the victim and take accountability. So it's just like, you want to be the victim in your marriage, you want to be the victim parent, everybody's just doing Nate wrong and Nate don't have to take no responsibility. And it's just like, see where Amy gets it from, because look at the daddy, look at the parents. So of course she gonna do the same thing. And he walks away with a broken heart and hurt pride, because his relationship didn't work out and he wanted to. And it's just like, how? I still don't understand how. Nothing about this relationship is good, no matter how y'all trying to paint it out to be. But yeah, that was just a meeting. I had to get that separately off my chest, because it's just like, they were in there with their claws out, just going at each other. And it's just like, y'all don't have the right. You don't have the right at all. Both of y'all have wrong intentions, and it played out, and this is the result of what happened. So anyway, I'm gonna end this and we're gonna jump back into the book. Deuces.